there, everyone. It's Colin again, and welcome back to Skyrim 10 AD. Our little attempt at bringing you some Skyrim D&D roleplay. And again, I'm joined by my ever-forgiving friends along this ride. So my special guests are a little under the weather, but he's soldiering on and bringing Botty to us. Let's say hello, Botty.
Hello, buddy.
Very under the weather.
Yeah.
Also with us tonight is Septimus, aka Mouse. Mouse, would you like to say hello?
Hello, everyone.
And newfound friend of Mouse's, we have Jaquai, the fluffy one.
Hello.
And last, but second to last now, we have our good friend, Mr. Ice Walker.
Hello, everybody.
I forgot your name.
And Botty, would you like to say hello?
Hello, everyone.
So, if you want to, would you like to give a quick introduction to who you are, your characters, or something that maybe in your background or something like that? Just a quick sound bite so people can remember who you are if it's been a while since they've listened to the last episode.
Well, Body is a bard venturing into Skyrim for the first time, looking for inspiration and stories about the Dragonborn. Her main motivation in life is to be inspired by the Dragonborn, and she will travel the lands, finding out all she can, and asking every other bard she meets on the way about their story so she can come up with her own great epic tale of the story of the Dragonborn as her first time in Skyrim. And she has just stumbled upon her new traveling companions.
Awesome. And you're the first companion that you hooked up with. We had your nice big Nord friend.
Hi, this is Luke Ice Walker here, as noted, a Nord, although just like Body has never previously been to Skyrim. Luke has shared with Body and his friends that he grew up on a farm in Cyrodiil, where his parents moved to escape some of the impending civil war and other carnage of that preceded the events of the Dragonborn. And he, as an adult, as a young adult, found himself inspired to join the Order of Kinnereth, and for his early adult life served loyally as a cleric of Kinnereth, but was inspired by divine inspiration to become an adventurer at a perhaps somewhat older than typical adventuring age, and come to Skyrim. And he knew Body from her visits to a nearby inn and his visits to a nearby inn, and they decided to travel together and hooked up with our two fine other companions.
Jaquai is a monk, a very accomplished monk at the young age of 26. He is in Skyrim looking for his brother, Zanradah, and his affiliation is only known at this point by Luke.
And Mouse, who is Septimus Vulpin by name, was born in Cyrodiil, but his parents were killed young, and he was brought to Skyrim at a young age and raised by his very kind aunt, Olga. And sadly, she was killed when he was 14 in a raid by bandits. Her little farm was on the border of the Whiterun and the Pale, sort of north of the city of Whiterun. So he was quite used to running around in the tundra when he was young, and struck out on his own after that, and became a rogue, and is looking for work guiding people around Skyrim, and happened on this group of wanderers, and is now trying to help them out, although he had a little trouble last time.
Awesome. Well, last we left our wanderers, they had found themselves led by, sometimes gracefully, sometimes not so, by Mouse to the town of Falkreath. Well, on the way, they met a very friendly cow and managed to lead her back to the farm of which she had escaped from. And upon arriving, they sought out the steward and talked to her about incidents that had happened previous. And she, impressed with the feats that they had relayed that they have accomplished on their way into town, she sought them out to aid her more so, if they would be so obliged. It was no skin off the nose of Luke, Mouse, or Botty. They seemed open to this new land, but looked to their new friend Jaquai to see if he would be interested in joining them, seeing as that they know he has a particular thing that he's seeking out, but he opted to join them. And they're now currently in Dead Man's Drink, staying the night, which has been bought and paid for by the steward herself as well. So they talked to the foreman, a one through brand Littlefoot, the foreman of the local mine, and he has tasked them with clearing some spiders out of his mine, with the offer of 50 gold on the table. They agreed, and then took a night's rest in Dead Man's Drink. And now we wake up the next morning, fully refreshed, ready to start a new day. What would you like to do?
Well, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I think it's time to head for that mine.
Agreed. And I imagine the other three of us are probably early risers, and I'm sure we're waiting impatiently for Bati to stumble from her room.
Yeah, and I must apologize to Bati for recommending the Horkerloaf. It was my mistake.
Spent half the night on the toilet, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought it would be as good as Alpo's, but clearly it wasn't. I mean Alpi.
I drag my ass out of bed and say, "What are we doing, guys?"
Well, I can't remember what the foreman told us the name of the mine was. I know a lot of mines around here, but I just don't remember if he told us exactly where it was. Do you guys remember?
He said it was half a day from town. I don't recall that he named it.
Yeah, or the direction in which it lies.
No, he did point it out on your map whereabouts it was, but no, he didn't tell you the name of the mine.
He mentioned that it was right there on the road that we came down.
Okay. Well, that's the road heading north. Of course, it forks before. But we can head that way, going north to the fork, and then try to divine in which direction the mine is. So I guess we should head out of town, heading north.
Let's do it.
Lead concept is.
Yes, so we're gonna exit Falkreath from the north gate and bear left at the road, going back towards the junction. That would take us up towards either Haldir's Cairn, or if we go left, we'll be heading towards Helgen. Again, I'm not sure where to go from that fork, and that's about how. That's, if I remember correctly, that's probably at least a few hours walk to that fork from.
It is, yes.
From Falkreath.
You set out, and what's the marching order here? Who's taking the lead?
Oh, I'll be in front, just sort of, but not far in front. I think just guiding and keeping an eye out, and trying to remember if I've actually seen a mine this close to Falkreath. The closest one that Mouse knows is Embershard Mine, but that's quite a distance away, near another town.
You head off, and you roughly remember the point of where he points to the map, and it's on the way to the overhang that you can look down on Falkreath from before you turn off to go head back towards the border of Hammerfell. And Jaquai was right, is that he's according to the foreman of the mine, you actually pass it on your way.
And I apologize, I kept saying north and I meant south, but anyway, yeah, sorry.
So you take it around. Let's see, while you're walking along, do you give me a perception check, please?
Let's see. So for me, that's 15.
50, oh yeah. Let's see. As you're walking along, it's been a few hours, probably most of the morning. You probably set off quite early, kicking Botty out of the bed, so you're probably looking around about of like 1, 2 p.m. At this point as you're heading up the top of the road.
You're welcome.
As you get towards heading back on the way yourself, you actually this time quite clearly see this sort of like dirt patch that's pushed through the grass. So it's like a trail. It's not actually a road that opens up towards a mine or anything like that. But now you come quite clearly, and you can clearly see how you could have missed it on your way there, because coming from the opposite side, it's totally obscured by a rather large and close-knit cluster of really large trees. So coming from that side, you wouldn't have been able to see it. But now coming up from this side, you can see that the trail leads out and leads up into the side of the mountain face, the sort of like cliff face, and it's not very large. Probably the height, as you can see, the actual rock. Probably the entrance to the mine is probably only about 12 or 13 foot high, and you've got just sort of simple lantern to the right hand side of it, which is not lit. It's nailed up, but it's not lit, and a barrel down to the side, and you've got some trails of footprints coming out, and you see some carts, sort of like not carts, but cart trails, as in wheels, as they're leading up to the mine.
How far is the mine entrance from the fork and from the path, from the start of the path?
Not that far. You're probably it looks like it's newly discovered. That's probably why you haven't heard of it yet. You come up, and in the boards over the shrine, it's just got the name Dover Mine written across the top of it.
Okay, Dover.
No, Dover, as in dragon.
Okay.
DOVA mine. Well,
I'm going to point that and say, oh, I see the path now, so let's see. I don't have dark vision, so
I do.
But yeah, so I'm going to say, well, I'm going to move up towards the entrance and see if I can see anything at all. I'd also like to see if I can discern what kind of footprints they are coming in and out of the mine. May I do that?
Sure. Make a survival check.
Ooh. Let's see. Survival is I don't get a modifier. 17.
Oh yeah, that's plenty. Yeah, it's just human footprints going back and forth. That's been treaded in, sort of like kind of in the same place over and over again with cartwheels either side, quite wide cartwheels as well. So you got one on either side. Probably a good sort of like as if a cart has been sort of like backed up to the entrance, loaded up, and then sort of like things getting into the back or loaded into the back and then straight out. But there's with a roll of 17, you see no evidence of any animal footprints or any sort of like spider veins.
Okay, and you say there's a fire of some sort at the entrance. How can I see?
There's a lantern on the right hand side that's hanging on off a nail, and it's currently not lit though.
Not lit. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to creep slowly up to the side of the entrance opposite the lantern there, and see how far I can see in before I call any of the other members of the party up. Should I roll for anything there?
Yes, the roll's stealth, please.
Stealth. And I have +7, 18.
18. Yep. So you come up to the side. So you're going to the barrel side, yes, of the entrance.
Yes.
And you're going to have trying to have a look inside the mine and through.
Yeah,
the
I'll
cave?
sort of hide behind the barrel and peek around and see if I can see anything.
You can look inside the cave, and there's some light coming inside of it, coming out from the inside of the actual mine. Make a perception check.
And that's 21.
21. Oh, yeah. So you can see that there's actually some lanterns, similar to the one that's on the outside, inside, and some I've forgotten the name, torches hanging off the wall, and there's a few roll mats out and a campfire going on the opposite side. This is the camp of where all the miners are, and it's pretty well lit. This must be where they set up camp and sleep and have a sort of like a night's rest. But as you're looking through, you see no evidence of spiders. There's not even any webs or anything like that.
Okay.
So
well, I'm going to... Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, this must be where the miners camp, sleep at night while they're not working, rest and eat and that sort of thing.
All right, well, guys, come on up. I'm going to motion everybody up quietly and explain what I've seen, and also give them kind of a rundown on frostbite spiders and their how nasty they are, and also that there are they tend to be certainly weak to fire, and if anybody has fire magic, they do spit poison spit.
Well, roll I'm trying to think what would be. Roll an intelligence check. Just a straight intelligence.
Let's see. So that would be an 11 for me for this roll.
Yeah. So you know, a good thing about the local animal life, but you're by no means an expert. So you can say frostbite spiders are the bane of Skyrim, and they do have sort of like they spit at you, and they have poisonous fangs, but that's pretty much it. You're not 100% sure. You haven't gone up against what this guy called a giant spider. You've never actually gone up against one. You've never fought one. You're not 100% sure what would happen in there.
Okay. So we're inside at the miners' camp, just inside the entrance of the cave. And I'm going to ask Jaquai, because I assume I know that he has dark vision, if he can see anything farther in.
Jaquai?
Okay, so I move up to where Mouse is and peer in. So I can see up to 60 feet away.
Yeah, I mean, the room that you're in, I mean, if you're just walking into the entrance of the mine, you come in, it's well lit, so you don't even need your dark vision. Do you like venture inside the area, or are you still at the entrance of the cave?
No, so I'll proceed in stealthily.
Okay. Roll a stealth check for me, please.
23.
We'll catch this cat.
Yeah. So yep. So you're walking in, and as Mouse described, there's a few sort of like bedrolls, well, quite a few bedrolls laid out, and it's quite a large open space. You've got some torches nailed into the walls in various places, and you've got a campfire going with an iron pot close by on a hook, sort of like probably where they have the meals, and there's a few bits of like scrap food here and there, some heads of cabbages and things like that. Off to the right, you can see that it descends down further into the mine. But currently, where you all are now, it's just kind of like the living area of the mine, of where they. You do see some carts over at the far side that are just left up to the side of the wall, and they're filled with like bits of rock and rubble and stuff like that.
I'd also like to look around to see if there's anything worth picking up inside inside that part of the mine entrance. If any of the miners have left things behind that are worth having.
Sure. Roll an investigation check.
Let's see. Okay, sorry. Constantly trying to look for my 10.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Yes. So, because your race is Imperial, I gave you the feat. So you have advantage on searching for loot because you're an Imperial. So you get to roll twice and take the better of the number.
Same.
Same. So what did you roll? A 10?
10, yeah. 6 plus 4, yeah.
Yeah, there's a few knapsacks here and there, and you guys see this is that Mouse sort of like has a look around and starts checking through some of the knapsacks. You find sort of like, a couple of apples, some leeks and some cheese, mostly tools, pickaxes, shovels, things alike. Yeah, there's not really that much here. It's just average workman's tools and sort of like, you probably find a children's Anord book in one of the knapsacks. Other than that, there's not really that much around here.
All right.
Of interest, anyway.
I might like to grab one of the pickaxes if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it. Just had a.
All right, I'll just add that. What? I think I have plenty of weight to carry there. Yeah. I'll hook that into my belt.
Mouse, do you think we might have need of those for the whole party?
I'm only grabbing it in case we find any interesting ore in the mine. I'm not intending to use it as a weapon. It's just a sort of a if we find anything cool, gems, anything like that. So I suppose you can if you like. If you feel you can carry the pickaxe.
Would the ore of the mine not belong to the miners that we're working for?
Well, yeah, maybe, but I'm not too worried about that. Are you?
One might prefer to respect the property, but I'll leave that between your conscience and our employer.
Let's just say if I see a ruby sticking out of the side of the wall, I'm going to go for it. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I think we have spiders to worry about before then.
Yeah, and Colin, while Septimus is doing his search, Luke is going to stroll around the area, looking around the ground and in the corners of the cave for any of those noxious little bottles that we seem to be encountering everywhere we go, to see if any of these miners have picked up any bad habits from this local ring that we've heard about.
Yeah, just roll an investigation check for me, please, Pat.
All righty. Ooh, that's not good, and I'm not proficient either. So, do I get a basic bonus? Is that intelligence or anything? I'm not proficient, but is there a stat bonus?
No, there's nothing.
Okay, just a 7, unfortunately.
Investigation. Yeah, you have a look around, a cursory glance. You're kind of worried that after your words to to Mouse saying about him picking up stuff that maybe doesn't belong to you, you didn't want to look too hard for them thinking that you're doing exactly the same thing. So you didn't look too hard and didn't find squat.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, you're all in the area now, and you can see quite clearly off to the right. I mean, it's well lit in here. There's a good few torches. And the mine to the right is where it leads down, further down into the mine. There's only one way to go, really.
Okay. And all right, so I guess we should head down in that direction. Are there any visible torches in the distance?
Yeah, that's easy enough with perception. You do see that the light starts to fade the further down, so it's well lit in this area, and the way down is kind of lit from the light that you have in this area, but further down it just starts to go black.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sneak at least down to the limit of the light to what I can see, motioning the others to stay or to come slowly behind me, but not come too close. So I'm going to get to the limits and see if I can see anything beyond that.
Sure. So let's see. Because you're of your investigation check there, you're going to have to roll stealth again.
That would be 15.
15, yeah, fine. So you get to the edge and you motion to the rest just to stay back a bit while you hunker down close to the ground. And so you're coming all the way, heading down. So like it kind of goes in a circular motion. So it's starting to head down towards the bottom of the mine, and you just get to the edge of where you get to the light. You can't see anything interior. I mean, you can make a perception check with disadvantage because it's completely dark down there. You can't see anything.
Okay. Let's see. That would be... Forget what... Okay. 12. Ooh, ouch. Mouse. All right, so disadvantage, so lower roll. So I have 6 on the lower roll.
Yeah, it's really dark.
Yeah.
really
dark. Okay.
With that roll as well, you can't hear anything either. Sort of like the pickaxe is rubbing up against your leather, making a squeaking sound. So every once in a while, you can't. It's just throwing you off. You can't make anything.
Well, I'm just going to have to ask our friend Jaquai to come quietly down again, and so I kind of motioned to him to see if he can come down and see anything better than I can see.
Yes, Mouse. Please let me guide you.
The irony is not lost on Mouse. Trust me.
So, are you just heading down there, or?
Well, so I'm gonna sneak past where he is. I'll have my dark vision, so I'll be able to see, but I'll do it very stealthily.
Yeah, always roll a a stealth check, please.
Right, not so good this time. I got 12.
Okay, that's fair enough. So you head down a little further, and you just pass Mouse on the side, and you roll a 12. So you get to the edge, and with the dark vision, because it's so black, all you see is in black and white. But you can see that there's some freshly sort of like broken open rock, and it's all collapsed, and it's leading through to this other cavern, this other cave. And in there, it's black and white. You can't actually see anything at the moment, but you do hear sort of like a kind of like rubbing sound, like two really, not metal, but kind of like a really tough horn or really tough leather rubbing against other really tough leather, and some sort of like kind of like a drooling dripping down. And that's pretty much what you've got.
All right, so let's reconnoiter all of us. We have several choices here. We can one possibility is to light a torch and throw it in there and see what happens, what we can see, or what it scares up. That's a possibility. That's the one thing that occurs to me anyway, without risking somebody just sort of dashing in there willy-nilly with the hopes of getting anything. Or we could make some kind of noise and see if we can just draw something closer into Jaquai's dark vision without really allowing it to know that we're here, just maybe a pebble or a rock or something like that. Does anybody have any other suggestions?
So he's come back up with Jaquai. He's pulled Jaquai back up with him, and he's come up to the Luke and Batu, and he's sort of like relaying all this information of ideas of trying to get in. So, what'd you all say?
So you heard something, right?
Yeah.
So you relayed, or Jaquai heard something.
There's clearly something down there, and
Yeah.
we have to assume it's spiders.
Yeah, it's alive and it's moving. So whether it's a spider or a skeever, we need to be ready to form an attack.
And what was the name of this mine again?
Dova mine.
And you've heard heavy, leathery shuffling and drool.
Dragons don't drool.
But no heavy breathing.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's true. He did not say breathing.
Okay.
Just drool and.
I'm just hoping we're not walking into a dragon's lair already.
Mouse would kind of doubt that, but
And
I'm
fear not, we have Mouse leading us. So
I'm interested in spiders, Priest. What do you think?
So, well, it would be nice if we could draw it out here into the open where there's a bit of light for Mouse and me, since we can't see in the dark. I think you two. So, if you think a little distraction would bring it out, within range, that would seem to be a reasonable.
At least within sight, anyway. Yeah. So, what do you think? A rock or a lit torch?
Are there other ways to attract it, like cooking or something? Would spiders be attracted to that sort of thing to draw it closer? Draw it out?
I don't know.
Smoke it out? Can we smoke it out from behind or something?
Great. DM, how far are we? How far was that collapsed entrance from where we were? Can you give us that?
From where you are now, you're probably about 20 foot away from it, because you're going up and away. So you're now in the lit area. If you go down there, you're probably about 20 foot away from it now.
So well within Jaquai's dark vision range.
Yes.
Okay. So if we throw either, yes, cooking, or perhaps throw a small pebble in there to see if we can draw something at least close to that collapsed entrance. He'll be able to see what it is and what it looks like.
Toss something in there.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to pick up a small rock and toss it a few feet inside that that collapsed entrance, or try to anyway.
From where you are now, or are you going to go down closer to it?
What did you say? 20 feet? Yeah, I think I'm going to sort of walk halfway or sneak halfway down and then throw the rock.
Sure.
Asking Jaquai to hang back and see. And I mean, it's only 10 feet, so he's close enough that I can hear him whisper if he needs to.
Right. So, if you want to roll another stealth check for me again.
Garf. 9.
9. Right. So, yeah, you get nice and close, and it's easy to find in a mine. You easily find a chunk of rock and pick that up and head down. And you're throwing it where, high and up, straight across.
I'm trying to throw it straight in, but not too far into the entrance, just a few feet into that collapsed entrance to see if I can get something curious and draw it out towards us.
Okay, so you're not proficient with it, so just roll a dexterity check.
That would be 9.
Yeah.
So, no, sorry. Pardon me. Excuse me. That would be 11.
Yeah. So, yeah, easy enough. You just pick up the rock, throw it inside, and it goes doof, doof, doof. And probably about a second or two, you hear clump. And Jaquai, whereabouts are you? Jaquai?
Jaquai, hello. I'm feeling kind of alone up here.
I think I think he might have timed out or something like that.
Yeah.
So Jaquai, obviously knowing that his job is to get down there and check it out, ventures down just behind you. He stealth checks, so he's going to roll a stealth check as well. Ooh, luckily he's got a +4 because he only rolled an 8. So, what's a +4? So that's 12. Yeah. So he gets he comes down and behind you and has a look in there, and then rolls a perception check. Oh fuck! He rolled a 1.
Oh no!
You guys are boned. So yeah, he has a look inside and he doesn't see anything.
So, just as he looks in, the pickaxe falls off my belt or something, and he's distracted.
It totally distracts him. So, along with you, he hears the chittering, chattering, but he doesn't see anything. He hears movement from other places around, but he can't get a clear visual on anything on the inside.
And he's a little distracted and dizzy, so he's collecting himself right now. As we wait, we'll just wait patiently while Jaquai collects himself.
He's grooming himself.
That's right. Coughing up a furball. Hopefully that won't attract whatever's in there.
While we're waiting here, do you guys want to move to their roll 20?
Okie doke.
All right, I'm there.
Okay.
So,
Vision correct.
So let's carry on, shall we?
Okay.
So yeah, currently this is where you are. So Just Luke and Botty are probably, as I said, about 20 foot up. They've gone up in a circular motion, and they're up at the sort of like the camp area looking down. And you two are very sneakily, or not so in Jaquai's case, at the edge. And you've just thrown a rock further in. And you heard something, but you can't see anything yet.
Okay, I'm going to try to. I'm going to try to motion Botty down to see if she can see anything. And I mean, I suppose both of them, but Luke and his armor might be a little less. So I'm just going to try to. Yeah, I'm just going to try to point to Botty at this point to just come a little closer and see if she can see.
Okay, I'm here with you now.
Do you want to roll a stealth check for me, please, Botty?
That is a 20?
Woof.
No, I'm asking, is that a 20?
Yes, yes. You roll a 20, yes.
Actually, 20.
Huh?
Yeah. So she puts you and Jaquai to shame, literally and figuratively, sort of like blends into the shadows. You have trouble seeing her coming down the bottom of the little cave area.
Luckily, I've already dropped my pickaxe, so
yeah. Now you're looking for it, can't even see she's coming, and then suddenly you turn around, she's right there looking at you. And
I'll pick that up for you.
Thanks. Yeah.
So, Botty, do you want make a perception check, please?
Also 20. Reset. 15.
15. And is that what you rolled a 15, or is that what you
rolled a 15? What's my modifier? It was perception under intelligence?
Perception is wisdom.
Wisdom
plus 2, so 17.
17. So yes, you get a good look. So I don't know whether you're on roll 20, but you should be able to grab hold of Botty and bring it down. So you get in just ahead of the guys there and have a look in. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 5.
That's cool.
6. So you get a good look, but pretty much that's pretty much all you see. It's pretty much just a dark cave.
I see
but off to the left, you see the faint outline, sort of like the silky threads of a web off to the left.
I'm going to definitely turn around and motion Luke to come down too, quietly.
All right. Just for grins, let's see how quietly we can do this. Tank. Oh, no, not very at all. 7. So about as you would expect.
Is that with disadvantage?
No. Oh, well, see if it's worse. A 4, so even worse. Yeah.
Yay.
So
so these are 5-foot squares, right, Colin?
They are, yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I'll at least have the grace to go to the rear, so as not to block the people with dark vision.
Get out of the way.
So, with that, pretty much seen.
Oh, sorry.
Shit. Crap. It looks like we've lost Jaquai.
He said on the he says working it. So he's trying to get it back.
Yeah. He'll try to join via LTE, I assume, or something.
I have to say that Mouse just got a big startle because he looked back and because on Roll20 from the top, Luke looks like a spider.
Oh, it's a crown. I thought it was a spider too. That's hilarious. It's like a papal hat sort of thing.
Or something. Yeah, I don't know.
It's got the staff and cross. Oh, that's cool.
All right, there's okay. And Jaquai has just come back from coughing up a fur ball.
Oh, awesome. Sorry, I'm on the Roll20. Oh, thank you, Ray. So, currently we have Botty right at the entrance to the cave. She's had a good look around and managed to spot no living creatures at the moment. But off to the left, she did see some webs. You and I forgot the name. Mouse are just behind her, and just behind you is Luke, who's just come down to sort of like join at the behest of Mouse, asking him to join him. But just as he gets to the entrance, you start hearing some more movement coming from the inside of the cave. And you hear a little ting, 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 ting. And Botty, you seem to spot some movement over to the far right now of the cave, starting to head towards you.
Psst, psst, guys, over on the right side, coming towards us.
Okay.
So Botty and Jaquai, you can pretty much make out on this. Luke and Mouse, you two are completely blind. You can't see anything in this cave at all at the moment. What would you like to do?
So Colin, there's a pitch black area, and then there's a grayish area about 10 feet wide around it. So if things are in the grayish area, I assume we can
grayish
see
area is the walls of the actual.
Oh, that's
cave.
just okay. So
but can we see that web, or is that still out of our vision range?
Yeah,
Body has described it to us.
Yeah, Botty described it to you. Only Botty can see that. Because of Jaquai's furball, he couldn't see it either. Excuse me. But yeah, currently Botty is the only information you have is what Botty is relaying to you. And she pointed out the web to the left, and she just spotted that she sees movement coming down from the right-hand side. Can you roll a perception check for me, please, Botty? See if you can make it out.
Absolutely. 9. Not great.
So you rolled a 9. I don't think you have proficiency in perception, but you should be able to add.
Do not see that. I hear hounds in the distance.
Pretty strange. Spiders.
Sorry.
9, and I do not have proficiency.
Yeah, but you can still add your perception. So that's your wisdom.
Wisdom, sorry, 2. So 11.
So 11.
Plus jack of all trades, right? Half.
Yeah, jack of all trades. So you add 1 to that, so that's 12 total. So yeah, you can see just a faint bit of movement over to the right-hand side, and you can tell by the way it moves that it is a spider that's heading towards you.
It's still too far. See, I have animal friendship in my back pocket. Oh, question. Do monsters count as animals? Like and Does a spider count as an animal?
Looking at Botty, roll an intelligence check for Botty.
16
Yeah, so yeah,
with a +2, so 17 or 18.
so yeah, it's definitely a beast. It's a beast. It's an animal. You'd get your animal friendship spell if you can cast it on it would definitely work.
Okay, so it's still out of range, so I can't be effective against it yet. Do we want to circle around and get in some sort of strategic position, guys? It is still, I can tell it's a spider and it's headed this way, but I'm not quite sure what kind of defensive strategy we should take.
We haven't. Have we heard noise from other parts, or is that the only source of noise that we're hearing right now?
You hear it from further into the cave. That's where you hear the noises, and this is the first sign of movement that you've heard of. But you don't know whether this is the only. But you do remember that. Actually, roll a history check. See if you remember.
All of us, or just me, or
Well, just you at the moment.
yeah. That would be 18.
18, yeah. So you remember that I've forgotten his name, but Mr. Lightfoot telling you that he saw a really large leg. And from what Botty is describing, that seems to be a very sort of like average spider-sized spider.
Okay, so we know that this isn't this isn't Shelob yet. All right. Yeah, I think perhaps at least we should. How wide is the entrance to this? Great DM that we're in. Is it 5, 10, 15 feet wide?
Yeah, about 15 foot. I mean, you can see that there's not much of a cave entrance that you can see there.
Go ahead. Sorry, finish, Colin. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's about 2-person wide. 2 people could walk in here quite easily.
All right, so I'm gonna since we're spotted anyway, I'm gonna tank myself here to the front.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I'm there for.
Okay, so is it okay for me to move here, just still behind, but at least within bow?
Yeah, that would seem to be very prudent.
Bow shot.
And remind me what Mouse is wearing. What sort of armor?
Leather.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll have no qualms about stepping in front.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Right. Yeah. So because Luke is moving freely, I would like you all to roll initiative, please.
19.
20.
20 total was that, Luke?
Let's see. Remind me what the initiative? No, it's actually a nat 20.
All right. So
initiative. What's the modifier for initiative?
Dexterity.
21 then for me.
Oh, 22 for me then. Sorry.
10 for me.
10 total, or is that with your modifier?
That's with my modifiers.
So we had
a very vertiginous view of Ray's.
So we had Mouse first with 22, right? And then we had Luke at 21, and Botty, what did you get?
10.
10, and Luke got Jaquai got 10 as well, didn't you? What's your dexterity modifier, Botty? It's +3, isn't it?
3, correct.
And Jaquai, yours is +4, isn't it?
Yeah, with the +2 proficiency.
Yeah, so you go just before. You go at the same time, similarly enough, if you have any ideas, Botty, but with the dexterity just being slightly better with Jaquai, he could go just before you.
That is cool.
And go to. Give me 1 second. 18, with a +3, it's 18. So. Excuse me. So you hear some more movement from the inside, and Butty, you notice to your right that your little friend has moved a little closer. And you hear some more movement coming to the inside. So first up is Mouse. Mouse, you're still kind of at the entrance,
Mm-hmm.
but you still cannot see anything.
Can I consult with my compatriots here? I'd like to know if they think it's worth lighting a torch and throwing it as far as we can get it in there. Because if two of us can't see what's going on, we're effectively can't do anything. And if we walk in farther, we're not going to be able to see.
It's 6 seconds, so you can pretty much just say, like, should I throw a torch in?
Yeah, that's essentially
pretty much it.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
what action do you want?
Yeah.
So I will say this: that somehow Jaquai, with his pack that he got assigned, he ended up with having 6 torches in his pack. Can we just say that they're not in his pack? They're in your pack, Mouse.
Well, I was assigned with 10 torches anyway, so I.
Oh, you were. So
yeah.
So
yeah.
You've got torches there.
Yes.
So, So on your action, what do you want to do? You want to light one of the torches and throw it in?
I'm going to light a torch and throw it as far as I can.
Okay, so
in the direction that Body was pointing to, where she saw the closest movement.
Sure. So roll again, just a straight dexterity check.
8.
And that's total, or with your dexterity?
That's total.
Modifier.
That's with the modifiers.
Right. So, you probably get the torch probably about there, and that would be 1, 2, 3. So, yeah. So all this area, just in the center, is all lit up for you. So you can see now your little friend over there to the right, and you can probably see a little further into the cave. Sorry.
I also get a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to dash quickly to the right a little bit. Is that okay right here?
Sure. You'd have to go around where Luke is to get
okay.
in. So
I
where
apologize.
Botty and Luke is, as I said, the entrance is probably about 2 people wide. So you'd have to skirt around Luke to be able to get inside the actual cave. And
All right.
Give me a second. I'll just.
What's my
30, I believe your movement is.
30. Okay. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. What is it? The same on dash?
Well, dash on a bonus action, so you can move an extra 30 feet, so you can move a total of 60 feet.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna move over here then to try to get a clear shot on. Is that too far out of the entrance? Maybe there.
Yeah. So you can go there. So,
is it possible? Meta here. Apologies. Roll 20. Can I rotate these little figures, or are they pretty much static as they are?
You can. You can grab the handle.
Ah, there it is. Okay, thank
that
you.
little guy rotates you.
Yeah.
So that's where you're actually no. That's
So the little orange dot is the torch.
Yeah.
Or is that a torch? It's actually a torch. Even better. Okay, got it. Yeah, okay.
So that's where your torch landed. So actually, you would have it landing there. You would have opened up a little bit of extra light there. So now you can see a little friend up here in the top left-hand corner.
Oh, okay. There's another one there. Yeah.
Where's the one that Bati is seeing? Is there? I'm just literally not seeing it. Maybe I can
On
big
the
on
right-hand
Roll20 here.
side.
There's one directly. There's.
Oh, there it is. I see it
see,
now.
yeah.
I just had to make Roll20 bigger. Thanks.
Yeah.
So, and that's your action and your bonus action. Next up is Luke.
Okay, let me see here. I have 60 feet radius on this, so 5, 10, 15. Let's see. 7, 27, 14, 21, 28. So I think that spider is within 60 feet of me, right? The one on the right that we can see.
3, 4, 5.
Diagonals are about 7 feet.
You might want to move maybe one or two bits further in, I would say.
All right, so I will move. So I can move. Let's say I can move 30 and still accurate.
No, it's going diagonally. Yeah, you could make it.
So 7, 14, 21, 20. Yeah, it looks like. Tell you what, I'll step in one anyway, just to give a little more freedom of movement. So I'll move one and launch over at the spider there. The Sacred Flame cantrip, just to take its measure. Flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take D8 radiant damage. No benefit from cover for this saving throw. So your friend to the right gets to make a dexterity save.
And roll the 14. And yours is 13, isn't it?
DC is 14. So 14. He saves.
Saves, yes.
Bastard.
So he managed just to nimbly jump up on the wall and then back down again, avoiding it. And
all right, that's my action. Failed cantrip.
And did you have a bonus action?
I do not have a bonus action.
Okay. So next is the spiders. So spiders only have these guys here only have movement of 15. So guy gets 2, 5, 10. I gets to there, this guy, and he is going to spit at you. So he's going to roll a d20, and he has got 5. And he's going to go at you, Luke. He rolled a 9, so he misses wildly.
Deflected with my shield. Kinrath protected me.
And this guy is going to move 1, 2, 3, and he's not in range of anybody. Let me just check my web. And yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. He could actually just make mouse. Wait a sec. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to mouse. Yeah, so he can just make mouse. She's going to go from mouse with a spit. Oh, and he rolled a 16. Your armor class is 14, isn't it, mouse?
Yes, it is, I'm afraid.
Okay, so you take that is D4. A 1. You take 1 point of frost damage.
Okay.
Or poison damage. Either way, it's kind of frost, but going with the frostbite spiders, let's say it's 1 frost damage. And this guy up here, 1, 2, 3. He's going to hug the wall. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sorry, 5, 10, 15, 20. And he's just in range of you, Luke. So he's going to spit at you as well.
Bugger.
And, ooh, that's a natural 20.
Ouch.
So, natural 20, D4. Oh, that's
No wonder the
3.
miners ran.
So that's 3, and got to roll again, and a 1. So that's 4 points of frost damage to you, which, as I called it as frost damage, is halved against you, Luke. So you only take 2 damage.
All right. So I'm down 18 frost damage.
And
17.
1, 5, 10, 15,
Ah!
20.
There's Shelob.
Thank you for downloading this edition of Skyrim 10 AD. Email the show at skyrim10ad@gmail.com. For more information, please visit asapodcasting.com, where you will find a Skyrim Addict podcast, the Fallout feed, and our Amazon link, which benefits the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Find our social media in the show notes. Thanks for listening.